So there was a couple rumors the other day. Looks like they may be true. This is from the Daily Mail at the UK. So this is this is mainstream website for those who don't want to listen to alternative media. Hillary Clinton due to step down as Secretary of State within, quote, days of start of Barack Obama's second term. So I would assume that means sometime around February or end of January. Hillary Clinton will step down as Secretary of State within days of his second inauguration in January, her spokesman said today. Her long-respected departure, very respected, departure is expected by most Democrats to be a prelude for a White House run in 2016, when she will be 69 years old. The top candidate to replace her is believed to be Senator John Kerry, of Massachusetts, chairman of the Senate Foreign Relations Committee and the losing 2004 Democrat presidential nominee. So, when your Secretary of State is stepping down, and maybe, you know what, maybe in her mind, hey, I'm going to run in 2016. Maybe that was her thought, really is. I'm going to run as the president. Hopefully I'll be the first female president in the year 2016. Well, if you anticipated the president you're working for to be doing well, even better his second term, wouldn't you kind of want to ride those coattails to say, hey, look, President Obama, he did such a great job his first term, did such a great, even greater job his second term. I was the Secretary of State the whole time. I had faith in him. I know what's been going on, of course, because I've been there for the last two times, in other words, last 8 years. Hey guys, I think you need to vote for me. Normally that would sound like, that's a legitimate comment. She's been there for 8 years. She knows exactly what's been going on for the last 8 years. She's, the president's right-hand man kind of thing. Or right-hand woman in this case. So, she's stepping down now. It's not like, well, I got a year to go, I'll step down and then work on my campaign. No. His second term hasn't even started, and it has not been confirmed she's leaving. Secretary of State, You don't suppose that sometime, not to say that'll happen right away, but sometime during this president's next term, over the next 4 years, up until 2016, you don't suppose some bad crap's fixing to take place on the world scene and in America, of course. Because let's look at the opposite of what I just said. They know something bad's coming down. Obama's in charge. It's going to be under his reign. So that at the end of his reign, you'll be so furious and so upset you can't wait for the next person to step right in. And if it's her, you will gladly vote for her. Or if it's maybe Romney wants to run again in 2016, you'll be knocking the doors down to vote for him. But of course, that's only if the elite allow you to get your way and vote for them. And as a matter of fact, they'll already know you'll be so furious that if they have to vote, they won't even have to rig the voting machines that time, because it'll just be automatic. Although if they don't rig the voting machines, you're going to see a blowout voting of 70-30, 65-35, 60-40%, So again, the other side of that is, under Obama's watch the second time, the elite start to really push play on their agenda. Fast forward, in other words. And all kinds of crap starts happening. Maybe the war in Iran takes place, the big collapse takes place, etc. I mean, all this crap. We come to find out why the Department of Homeland Security and them are buying 1 billion rounds of ammunition this whole time. Believe me, we get to find out. And it's not going to make you happy. You would want to stay away from that, right? You wouldn't want to be Hillary Clinton saying, hey, I was the Secretary of State during that. Vote for me in 2016, please. Right? I mean, if Hitler had his right-hand man, which he did, do you think anybody in the German population, assuming Hitler survived and the war just stopped and whatever, do you think anybody in the German population would say, you know what? Let's vote for, maybe Hitler did die, right? And it's time to vote again, replace him. And his right-hand man comes out. right-hand man that was standing right there during the Holocaust. Hey, please vote for me. I've got experience because I was next to Hitler the whole time. I was his right-hand man. People would probably have, he'd already been arrested and probably killed by the people. At that point in the game anyways, after everyone got to see how Hitler went. So in other words, I think those two, A or B, I just gave you there, to me, I think it's B. She don't want nothing to do with tarnishing her image these next 4 years, because she already knows what's going down. She already knows where our country's heading. She already knows everything you and I have been talking about, we call conspiracies, is actually true. And we'll get to stand up like we always do way later and say, hey, we told you so. We tried to warn you guys. We were conspiracy theorists, though. Now we're not. Now we're conspiracy factists. So, that's my 2 cents. Again, you know, when they say a picture is worth 1,000 words, you could say the same thing about what just happened. You know, in a sense, that's a picture. That's something that just happened. You got to see and hear, so a little bit better than a picture. There's no way she would just leave. They weren't even quoted as saying really why, other than possibly for a 2016 run. Well, what the hell's that? So stay there for 4 years. All the, you know, intelligence and all the interworkings they've got going in government. Wouldn't you want to be there and use that as a tool for your campaign to say, hey, all I gotta do is kind of just step in. I already know everything that's been going on. Man, that would be a great way to step in. Nah, I'm gonna go ahead and retire, or not retire, I'm gonna just leave now. Secretary of State, I'll get replaced by old Skull and Bones member John Kerry, just like George Bush was a Skull and Bones member. I bet those two guys really hated each other and really wanted the other one to win. Yeah, I bet they were real opponents. Both go to, you know, when you're in a secret society like that, you're not, it's not like, oh, well, me and this other guy, we do go to the same church and we're both running for office. No, you're in a secret society. You know what's going down. You know what your role is going to be, plain and simple. So, that's all I gotta say. Let's just, you know, let's let the games begin and see where they take our country next. It's gonna start picking up faster than it did in the year 2012, simply because of what I think are these cycles, you know, faster and faster and faster and faster. And as you can already see how 2012 went, there's a lot of action this year of all kinds of stuff, mostly market related, but I mean, there's been some interesting stuff again with the storm, earthquake stuff earlier on, you know, just different stuff. And then of course the economy, Europe. So that's my old phone ringing. Take care.